Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will present about my Bachelor degree project 1. So my name is Hafiz bin Abdul Majid. I am Civil Engineering Technology Building Services student. So my supervisor is Dr. Mariah Binti Awang and my co-supervisor is Dr. Mohammad Ashraf bin Abdul Rahman. So the title of my Bachelor degree project 1 is Condition Assessment and Non-Destructive Testing on Concrete Structure at Pasar Awam Pagoh. So if you see here is content of my bachelor degree project 1. It include introduction, resource background, problem statement, objective, literature review, methodology, impact of sustainable development, expected outcome and conclusion, Gantt chart PSM1, and finally its reference. Firstly, introduction. Building condition assessment is growing and become more important in the context of the built environment and asset management in Malaysia. This is mean building condition is very important to support decision making and is also critical to the management in achieving the service standard for maintenance. So, failure significant investigation is required to ascertain the physical cause of the failure to determine the existing standards are enough to prevent such failure. However, a building defect can be caused by various factors including poor craftsmanship, the use of the substandard material, and the lifetime of the structure. After determining the source of the defect or failure, establish the rating status and execute any necessary maintenance to cure the structure and prevent it from collapse. Additionally, a few tests should be conducted to determine the building condition such as non-destructive method or test. The non-destructive test of concrete in today's century has received great importance in terms of practical and engineering value. The subject has received growing attention during recent years, especially the quality characterization of damaged structure made of concrete using NDT testing. Next is resource background. So this study aimed to identify the type of structure defect of Pasar Awam Pagoh building by using the non-destructive method, which is inspection technique used. Beside the test of concrete range from fully non-destructive tests were no damage to the concrete occur for moderately destructive tests, including core test and pool of testing when the surface need to be recovered following the testing. Problem statement. One of the most important aspects of the building that required attention was building defect. When the structure doesn't work like it should, we look for solution immediately. So according to Bukit Damansara incident and the Sunday, December 14, 2008 edition of the New Strait Time opened many people's eyes to the importance of appreciate and maintenance, not merely to minimize building defect but also to avoid global disaster. According to the National Building Agency, building defect problem occur as a result of faulty design or poor construction or as a result of the building not being built according to the design or as a result of aspect not included in the design. So, Pasar Awam Pagoh was built in 1918 and it was an oil palm plantation site. Based on the investigation that was found, the building has many defects with some of problems that have been occurring on the building because it is not well maintained. Here is the objective of the study. The examination was carried out to improve the comprehension and interpretation and provide information on the available technique and how to employ them. Here are the main objectives of the study. First is to identify the type of structure defect of Pasar Awam Pagoh. Second is to conduct testing of the concrete structure in Pasar Awam Pagoh. Third, to produce factual report of the structure defect of Pasar Awam Pagoh. Next is literature review. So, visual inspection means common method of quality control, data acquisition and data analysis. It means through visual inspection, the problem in building can be broadly categorized as defect. So, as a result, the stage of deterioration can be classified, which is done through condition rating. So here is table of 5-point scale or condition assessment rating by JKR, which is used as reference for this project or this study. Here is type of building defect. The type of building defect that commonly occur in Malaysia. If you see here are 5 types of building defect that was found through my research. This include defect of mold growth, abrasion, swelling, crack, and rebar corrosion, as you see in the figure. Next is type of non-destructive tests and equipment. Non-destructive tests can be described as a set of inspection techniques that allow investigators to assess and gather data about a material, system, or component without causing any damage to the structure. Here are 6 lists of equipment which is used for non-destructive tests. First is rebound hammer test. Rebound hammer is to measure the hardness of the concrete. Second is ultrasonic pulse velocity or UPV. This equipment to identify the strength and quality of concrete. Third is half cell potential. This equipment to measure the electrochemical potential on the concrete surface. Fourth is ferroscan. So ferroscan is to determine the size and depth of the embedded material and to map the embedded material position and arrangement. Fifth, thermal imager. Thermal imager is to detect abnormal hot electrical connection or component and humidity in the building. And finally is crack measurement. Methodology flowchart. If you see here is a flowchart of this study. So this study we undergone a total of 4 stages. The first stage is literature review of cause of building defect and method of non-destructive testing. And stage number 2 is visual inspection at site of location to identify building defect. So next is stage 3. So in this stage is to conduct non-destructive tests at the site of location. And finally, stage 4 is analyze data to find out the result. So if you see here is impact of sustainable development. It include society, economy, and environment. So for society, first increase social awareness toward impact on occupant of building defect. Second is improve occupant comfort. And for economy, it prevent of building defect and from building damage due to improvement quality of building structure. So finally, environment. So this study will improve safe environment in the building. Next is expected outcome and conclusion. The expected outcome of the study is to identify the type of structure defect of Pasar Awam Pagoh through visual inspection that will be carried out, and again the test performed by using the non-destructive test method. So the data collected through visual inspection that will be carried out, and the test will conduct performed by using the non-destructive test method. So completeness of this study will carry out to assist professional and students working in the construction industry in identifying the many type of building fault and their cause. If you see here is flow Gantt chart for my undergraduate project 1. So green marker is for planning progress. and blue is for actual progress. And finally, reference. So if you see here, these are some of list of the reference for this project. And that's all for me, and thank you.